what's going on, everyone? Joseph Lombard, a.k.a. Interesting Floor, and this is Zachary Lombard, a.k.a. Magnum of Five.
Hello.
And welcome to another Lombard Bros talk show. This is the 123rd one, and it is Monday, May 13th, 2019. Hi, Zach. Happy Monday to you. Like, happy Monday. Like, smile, please. Jesus. Can you smile? Okay, thank you. Thank God. You're happy about Monday. That's good. So anyways, guys, so happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Monday afternoon, Monday evening, wherever you are. Hope everyone had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend as well. So, Zach, Hi, man.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I am, I'm all right.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I wasn't yesterday.
Oh,
I mean, not... Oh, guys, I wasn't sick, no. I wasn't dying, no. But I feel better than yesterday, that's for sure.
I know you are.
So what'd you do over the weekend?
Well, let's just first start off by me taking you to Pomona on Friday morning. Had to get up around...
You don't have to talk about that part. Just talk about what you did over the weekend. Like, I'm talking... You don't have to, like... explain every detail, or like you don't have to explain that you took me. What did? Okay, my point is, what did I not see from your weekend? Because obviously I saw on Sunday. What'd you do Friday and Saturday?
Oh well, Friday I came here and did my Heat 3 live stream.
Yeah.
Saturday I did a little bit of housework. Like I did the laundry.
What a good boy.
And of course, yesterday, after I came to pick you up at the airport, you and I went to the Dodger game, and then, of course, our mom, our sister, niece, and brother-in-law came as well.
Right. Sorry, I'm still trying to recover a little bit.
Yeah, you had a busy weekend.
Yeah, and I'm about to tell that weekend, too. Holy crap.
Well, then go for it.
You want me to go for it? I like how you like go for it, like with the hands, like go for it.
Well, you have the weekend to talk about, so
I did,
not?
But I had a lot to talk about. But I thought I'd have you explain yours first because I know mine's gonna be long and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we do have a special guest this week. Actually, we are gonna be talking to a guest. So last week, Jesus. So last week we talked to Jack Jones, who is a rookie driver in the NASCAR K&N Pro West Series. But we're going to be talking to his teammate today, Trevor Huddleston, who also drives in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series. He's not a rookie, though. He's a veteran. This is his second full-time year in the NASCAR K&N West Series. So we're going to be talking to him today and talk to him about his racing career and... probably talk about his race weekend over at Tucson on Saturday.
Hello?
Trevor, this you?
This is me.
Awesome. Well, Trevor, first off, I want to ask you, how's your day going so far?
Not too bad. Another day at the race shop, so I can't complain.
Oh, awesome. What you been doing?
Just, kind of resetting. I'm actually at our High Point Racing shop, which is on the late model side. Just getting everything tuned in for the next race we got.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time today to come on to our show and us to have a chance to interview you. So I do want to ask you first, how did you get involved in racing?
I was pretty fortunate. I'm actually a third-generation race car driver. Started with my grandpa. And then kind of evolved to my dad, and then now me. So actually both sides of my parents, they both were into racing. My mom's dad was actually a famous racer back at Saga Speedway, and then my dad got involved in racing separately, and they kind of met at the racetrack. My dad actually proposed at Saga Speedway, so kind of a cool story. Just went to the racetrack from the time I was pretty much born till now, and I've been pretty fortunate to be a part of such amazing teams such as High Point and Sunrise, so pretty cool.
So at what moment in your life did you wanted to become a race car driver? Like, when did you decide this is exactly what I want to do?
Pretty much since I knew how to talk and walk. I mean, once I figured out what a race car actually was, I kind of knew that that's where my goal was headed. I started out in the Bandoleros when I was 12, which is when my parents actually got me the race car for my birthday, my 12th birthday. So, I mean, before that, I wanted to get in a race car so bad, but, you know, it was kind of hard with the age limit at the time. You had to be, nowadays, I'm racing against 14-year-olds, but back then, you had to be 18 to get in the pits. So I kind of had to wait until the Bandos were an option at Irwindale Speedway. And sure enough, here we are today.
Well, awesome. Well, you have competed in late model races. So what was that transition like from racing Bandoleros to up to the late models? And walk us through your journey in your late model career.
Yeah, it's definitely, it was a big change. Obviously, in the Bandoleros, there's small cars with basically a lawnmower for the engine. And then you go up to a late model where it's a full-size car with a lot more horsepower. So it definitely takes some time. As far as, even here's another factor, is the cost. I mean, you would wreck a Bando, let's say, and it would cost you $300 to fix it. You wreck one of these late models, and you're talking about thousands. So you just got to be in like a mindset, knowing your surroundings, and it was just all key about seat time. Kind of went through Bandos, worked my way up into S2 cars, which is kind of like a cheaper sort of late model. Did a lot of track time at Willow Springs, kind of on the small track with no walls. That way you can't hit anything. So that was pretty much key into evolving me into running late models full time at Irwindale, and just kind of each year we plugged away at it, and we were fortunate. We're the 2015/16 Havasu champion. We're the 2015, 16, 17 late model champion at Irwindale. We're the 2017 current champion. We're all sorts of things. We've won over 70 main events, runner-up in national points. So you could say I've been pretty fortunate thus far, for sure.
Well, it sounds like your late model career has been a success. You've accomplished a lot. But then we get into the K&N side. Obviously, a stock car and late model are two totally different animals. You start your first race back in 2017, but you were only part-time then. If I'm correct, this season is your second full-time year in the K&N series. So how did this K&N deal came about, and what's the transition like between driving a late model to a K&N car?
Yeah, like I said, I've been very fortunate. My dad's been longtime friends with Bob Rincati, the owner of Sunrise Ford, and he's kind of been following me along my racing career since I basically started in Bandos. And, you know, my goal was to one day race for him, and I think that I kind of caught his attention with the success I had in late models. And last year he approached me and was wanting me to kind of be on his third satellite team and kind of prepare myself to run a complete season this year and go for a championship. So it was pretty neat to run for him, as well as be teammates for Ryan and Derek. But yeah, the transition is pretty intense. I'm used to low, lightweight cars with a lot of horsepower. Now we're talking about big, heavy, tall cars with a lot of horsepower. So it's definitely a big transition. But we're picking up on it. Like you said, we got a win at Irwindale Speedway. That's two solid finishes this past weekend at Tucson. But I think we're really coming together as a team, and we're going to be pretty strong the rest of the year.
Now, we head into this year. Irwindale Speedway, I will say, probably one of the best finishes I've ever experienced in person, and it came down to the checkered flag between you and Tanner Gray. Walk us through what those final laps was like for you, and of course, the aftermath of that race. Even though you got the checkered flag, the car didn't come home in one piece. So what was the final laps like for you? Because you did tell me when I interviewed you after the race, you told me that never led a K&N race, or let alone winning one. That was your first career win. So what was those final laps like for you, man?
Yeah, it was pretty intense. It was an intense entire race, you know, and we were pretty strong all race long, and I kind of knew what I had to save in order to be there at the end. And when I got by Kraus, I was like, oh, wow, this is real. We're leading now. And, you get the butterflies. Okay, what next? But you just got to focus. And it was pretty intense. My spotter was telling me that Tanner was right there. But I knew that if I held the high line, that I would carry the momentum enough. I just had to hit my marks. And he gave me a great run for the money, as you can tell. I mean, I was, if not the closest finish, one of the closest finishes Irwindale's ever had, in front of a sold-out crowd, by the way. So that was pretty neat. But, yeah, I mean, it was wild. It was probably a little close to call for my first win, but, hey, we won. But, yeah, you're right about that. The car didn't really come home looking too pretty. It looked like it had been in a pretty gnarly battle. But it is what it is. When we made contact going down the front straightaway, it popped one of our tires, and it kind of sent us spinning into turn one. But my team rallied back and got the car all fixed, and we moved on. It's a pretty cool story now that we can talk about it once we won. It would have been a pretty big bummer had it been the other way around.
Well, the car may not have come home in one piece, but the most important thing is you got the checkered flag, you got the trophy, so it doesn't matter how the car came home. So this past weekend, you guys were out in Tucson Speedway, and you had a solid run out there. So walk us through your weekend out there.
Yeah, we had a great run going. The number 9 Sunrise Ford car was pretty fast all weekend. As you saw when you were there, but the rain came through, and I feel like our car was pretty decent with the rubber and everything they had prepped on the track on the lower line. But with the rains coming through, it kind of washed all the good out of the track. And I think that obviously we weren't accounting for it to rain. It kind of just tightened the car up more than we'd have liked. So other than that, we battled through some issues and kind of overcame it to come out with one top 5 finish and another top 10. So, I mean, it is what it is. Not the finish we would have liked, but, hey, sometimes you can't win them all. We're still sitting second in points, and we still got plenty more races left. Going into Colorado, we were real strong there last year. Sunrise dominated the top 3. So I'm really looking forward to getting back in the car.
Well, Trevor, you're having a solid year so far. Second in points, leaving Tucson. You're obviously a contender to go after a championship this year. Before we let you go, we do want our fans to ask you a couple of questions. We will read them out to you. So, guys, if you have any questions for Trevor Huddleston, put it down in the chat below. But if you guys want to follow Trevor Huddleston on social media, he does have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You guys can see it in the chat right there. You click on his social medias, follow him, keep up to date in this racing career. So the first question comes here, Trevor. What do you like to do in your spare time off the racetrack?
Ooh, that's a great question there. I like hanging out with my friends. A lot of my friends are involved in racing as well. So we like kind of working on each other's cars. We got some hot rods, and we like hanging out, doing stuff like that. But I like a lot of sports. We go wakeboarding, snowboarding, surfing. We live here in California, so we're pretty fortunate to have all the seasons kind of pretty close. So we like doing that. Just have a good time and enjoy life.
So how do you prepare for upcoming races? Do you use a simulator, or do you go out to do a lot of test sessions out there on any racetrack? I mean, so obviously Colorado's coming up, and then you got some other tracks on the schedule. How do you prepare for those races?
Yeah, like you said, simulators and stuff, but I don't actually have a personal simulator at home, so I do a lot of video research. I look into races in the past, and even races that aren't just simply K&N, and I kind of watch where guys are fast and watch how guys are making speed. We do a lot of testing, like you said, but in the K&N series, we're unable to test at tracks we're actually racing at during the season. But we still can go to other tracks such as Orange Show and other tracks that aren't on the schedule. So we do stuff like that, but I would say most of it is video. YouTube obviously is pretty popular nowadays, and that's where we get a lot of our information.
So, obviously, the ultimate goal for the 2019 season is obviously continuing races and at the end of the season win the championship. But do you have any other goals you want to accomplish before this 2019 season is over?
Yeah, I mean, definitely get a couple more wins. Getting the first one's the easiest. It's repeating and getting a second one is where it becomes hard. So, I definitely want to get a couple more wins under my belt and just stay consistent. Derek Thorne, who's the champions from last year, he proved that you don't really got to win every race to win the championship. So I think the goals are just to finish top 5 in every race, but rack up as many wins as possible along the way.
So, Trevor, before we let you go here, is there anybody you got to thank for your opportunity in your racing career?
Oh, yeah, tons of people. I got to thank all my shop guys, both at High Point Racing and Sunrise Ford. When we take the race cars out there, they're always fast, and we beat them up sometimes, but they get them back faster than ever the next race. Got to thank Lucas Oil, iBox Springs, the Low Pit Stop, High Point Racing, Bob Rincati, so many different people. There's my entire family, Braille Batteries, and just, everyone, all the fans. There's just so many people that I have to thank. And thank you for having me on your show. It's a great pleasure.
Yeah, no problem, man. I thank you for taking the time today. Well, Trevor, we're going to let you go here, but obviously, I do want to thank you for taking the time to be on here today. You're doing a very good job this year so far in the K&N Series. Hopefully, like you said, we do see a couple more wins coming this season and maybe a run for the championship by the time you guys head to ISM Raceway in November. So, good luck to you for races, and I'll see you in upcoming races pretty soon, buddy.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on. Have a good day.
Yeah, take care, man. You too. Trevor Huddleston, who is a driver that's running his second season full-time in the NASCAR K&N Pro West Series. Trevor Huddleston driving the number 9 for Sunrise Ford Racing. Had a solid run out in Tucson, Arizona this past weekend. He is second in points now, leaving Tucson. So obviously with the win this season, he's having a strong season. But he's obviously got to beat a couple other strong drivers that's strong so far, like Derek Kraus. Derek Kraus is the points leader right now, leaving Tucson. You got Jagger Jones, who's been strong. Haley Deegan's obviously always strong. He's got to beat those guys to make sure he's in the run for the championship. But as solid and consistent as he's been so far this year, I feel like he could give some of these drivers a run for his money next week. You guys take care. Have a great rest of your Monday. Joseph Lombard, a.k.a. N2S4, with Zachary Lombard, a.k.a. Magnum 5. And we will see you next Monday on the Nerd Lombard Bros Talk Show. And we will see you tomorrow on the Nerd Lombard Bros Gaming Twitch live stream from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.